Dice Paper Roll would like to acknowledge the original and continued custodians of the land on which we meet, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We hope that we continue their great tradition of storytelling in everything that we do. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
One of the most peculiar things about time is that an almost instinctual understanding of it turns out to be not dissimilar to our best scientific understanding, though not in the way we intuit. Often we say it, a watched crop never grows, or it will be like no time at all, or that conversation felt longer than the time it took. And whilst that is a correct interpretation of experience, the truth is, it is all much, much more relative. Time moves differently in different spaces, yes, but it also moves differently within the same space. For example, a mountaintop. Time at the top of the mountain moves slower, and at the bottom, faster. Cruel experiments were carried out in order to prove this theory, and it took a long time, ironically. One twin was kept at the bottom of a mountain, and another at the top. The twin at the top was younger than the twin at the bottom by the end of the experiment. As an aside, unrelated to the matter of time, the twin left at the top was quite insane by the time he came down. I suppose even a short amount of time with just oneself, and in fact still, can in fact still feel quite long. The space between time flows, and fate looks on. The catfish swim through the temporal river above. Fate, as a rule, tried not to intervene. Except today, something was off. The fish seemed to all be there but one, and the lack of a fish in the rivers of time itself was alarming. Fate's face filled with fear, and they turned and ran. The polished floor reflects the rivers above, and in the reflected stream we see that the missing fish swims. And just for a moment, the light passing through time itself bends as if through water, and letters come into focus. Letters that form words. Words that read, "Dice, paper, roll. Into the Feywild."
Welcome back, friends. Come and take a toasty seat by the campfire and join us as we regale you with your favorite Dungeons and Dragons comedy tales. You're back here with Dice Paper Roll for episode 21 of our Into the Feywild campaign. My name is Greg, and I will be playing Doelene Delacroix, who is a Harangan wizard. She is a very well-dressed wizard with a fine waistcoat, a pocket watch, and a beret, which sits at a jaunty angle on her head. And she is very much herself, which she cannot say for her compatriots. Ben?
Yes, I am Ben. I play a unit, the Warforged Fighter, and that's it right now. Unit has just been remade after being destroyed. Former protector of Kevin Strangeways, who now no longer exists. So what is Unit's purpose?
Minor quibble,
Listen
not destroyed.
find out.
Unmade.
Oh, okay. Sorry, DM. Unmade. I was unmade and then remade. But will unit be the same? Listen in to find out. Lauren. Sorry, my sister-in-law is Laura. Sorry.
Not only
Sorry.
did you steal her intro, but you fucking fucked up her name. God damn.
Look, I am sorry. Lauren. Fuck me.
Yeah, no worries at all.
I've been
Benjamin.
I've been unmade. I told you. I maybe
Yeah.
didn't remember. That goes for the player as well. I'm
Like
so
a bed.
sorry.
Nice
Like a
work,
bed.
Brandon.
Thanks, Dave.
Oh my goodness. Hello everyone.
sorry.
My name is Lauren. For those of you who've just joined this podcast, so good to be. That's all right. You know what? Lauren and Laura get mixed up a lot. So that's fine. It's so fine. I feel bad. I can see you're a bit red. You deserve it.
It's hot in here.
You should be.
Because I mean, can I just say, when I have to go around, like, you know, when I'm introducing all of you guys at like comedy festival, and I have to go, Jack, blah, 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 Emil. Everyone always remembers me. And everyone else is just monosyllables.
Yeah.
White dude number one.
White dude number one.
number
The role
two.
of white dude number. The one in the hat. The blonde one. Yeah.
Pretty much.
I won't say who they think is the old one. So, my name
Wait
is
a
Lauren,
second.
and I am playing Kevin Strangeways, who is a little boy trapped in the body of a big man, technically an artificer, technically not here, not on this plane of existence. If you're listening to the last episode, he went somewhere. So I'm assuming that safely. I am 99.9% sure he will return in some form. It could be as a frog, or it could be as his own mother. Who knows? Time is weird.
And so is Jack's brain.
So we will see what happens, and I'm very excited about where Kevin's going to end up. He's not. He's super scared, really scared. So
Can't be scared if you don't exist.
that's true. All right, Danny, your turn.
Hello, I'm Dan. I am playing a little posh boy. His name is Sir Walter Winston Winklepicker III. He was a frog man, but then he got turned back in time. He put his shellfish necklace on, and he got turned back into an 8-year-old boy. So things are a little weird. I'm not doing my usual voice, but now I'm no longer a frog, so I guess that's kind of working out for me. But I am now just an 8-year-old boy, and that's not really working out for me. Yeah. Oh, I guess I'm a bard. Oh, yeah, I'm a bard too. Anyways, Jack?
Hello. I am the Dungeon Master, Jack. Human. Wears a hat. Bald.
So fantastical. I love D&D. You can just be anyone.
White. Very white.
Like any D&D player wears the same costume.
I've got a Bart Simpson style robe. It's just uniform. Yes.
It's your house codes, mate.
Yeah. Yes. Anyway, the less said about me, the better. Previously on Dice Paper Roll Into the Feywild, the party, Doelene Delacroix, a hare, Walter Winston Winklepicker III, but a boy, Unit, an automaton with a will of their own, and Unit, an automaton with a will of their own. Doelene found herself a sole adventurer with a goal. Yes, I know, Lauren.
Oh, fuck my drag. Jesus.
Get the timepiece fixed and save the world. Fix the bones of Unit and retrieve something or someone. She met the watchmaker and fixed her timepiece and brought Unit back into being, though perhaps not as they were. Walter found himself back in time, paying for the ticket to the Witchlight Carnival. Something is different about him, but this narrator couldn't possibly say what. And that is where we will begin the episode. Doelene and Unit, you have just
Present.
you have been hanging out with the watchmaker, and yeah, you were in the middle of talking to her, and where we left off, Doelene, you had just told Unit that free will is a bitch.
It is a total. I'm real sorry for you. I think you're gonna hate it.
Why would you say that?
Well, it's just kind of like paralyzing all the time. You got to make all these decisions, and sometimes you got too many decisions to make. You know, I would often look at y'all and think, God damn, it must be nice to be so dumb.
Okay. I think maybe it's a good thing I don't remember this scenario. I have to take your word for it.
You know, before we go leaping back and trying to rescue anyone, I think we should go off on some crazy side adventures. What do you think, Unit?
Hey, if
whatever.
This is free will, I say let's go for it.
Oh, yes, you definitely had free will in this decision. Come on.
Hello, yes, I'm still the watchmaker. Just before you go, there are some T&Cs that you might want to feel out before you go off with that watch, as it were.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
As you know, there is only 3 uses of the watch. There and back 3 times.
Okay, 3 return trips.
Now you might be asking, how might you use this watch?
Yes.
Well,
wait, sorry. How might I use this watch?
thank you. It just works better for me when we...
Nope, oh, that's fair. Yep.
The way it works is, it's about a connection. So when you use the watch, you must think of those you care for and love. Think with love, and the watch will show you where to go.
Okay.
And if you are the right person, fate shall too.
Okay, all right. So fate will guide me as long as I feel love for the person I'm imagining in my mind's eye as I look upon the watch, and then fate will guide me forward?
That is correct.
Okay.
There is also a minor thing.
Oh.
If you're seeking to change time, you must, for those who are you are seeking to change it for, have them choose to do so.
Okay.
Time intermingled without consent gets dangerous.
Okay, so always seek active and enthusiastic consent from whoever I'm changing the timeline with. So suggestions out then. Hang on a second. She flicks through a spell book and rips a page out. Okay. Scrap plan 1. You know, so I got to think of them with love in my heart.
That is right.
Who have you lost, Doelene?
Oh, yeah, this is weird. You know, Unit, I'm going to need some time to just really contemplate my love for these people. Just, really just squish it all in a ball, and so I can just look at it and think, love. Anyway, come on, let's go on a side adventure. And I grab Unit's hand and just hop out of the space. 3 weeks
Yes, let's
later.
go.
Goodbye.
3 weeks later, Unit and I are sitting at the bottom of the mountain, a little dusty, a little more dented, a little worse for wear. You know, Unit, we tried a bunch of stuff, and
Sure did, Doelene.
We did. Whew. Those tentacle arms. All right, so we're just at.
I thought you said we were never going to mention those again.
I just can't.
I only have 3 weeks of memories, and that by far is the worst one I have so far.
Okay, no need to be mean about it. I was, I just felt like something's been missing this whole time, and whenever I sleep, I have flashes of a past that, well, I guess you don't remember. I feel like we do all have a part to play in this. You know, for a long time now, I've been feeling like I didn't know my place in this whole thing, and well, I feel like maybe this is it.
What,
Maybe-
here at the base of the mountain?
Well, kinda yes, but also very much no.
Oh,
I feel like it's my place because I'm the only one that can see through space and time with this here third eye. I'm the only one who could see how it all fits together. I was so confused about why he'd put me here at all. Anyway, what I'm saying is, I think it's time we get on with it. Doelene pulls out the watch and flips it open.
As you open it, you're actually, for the first time, you see a connection with the watch in a way that you haven't had before. And through it, you actually, and Unit can't see this, but you actually see through the window, and you can see through to
The wall?
the burrow's heart. And you can see your mother on the rotating platform at the heart of Burrow's heart.
Wow. I guess some loves just burn forever, even at a low ebb.
Thank you, darling. That's mighty kind of you. But this is more of a telecommunication situation. Doelene.
Mama, I got to do something real hard, and I'm real worried. I'm worried I got a whole heap of things in the balance, and I'm just not sure it's going to pay off.
Oh, it will. Don't you worry, Doelene. I have a way of knowing things, and I understand you've fixed the watch, and you should know there are some other things that you should know. You see, when certain people disappeared, it opened pathways for those who we might not want to have those pathways. For in that certain someone, a great deal of magic was put into them. And that magic was preventing, well, I'll just say it, the crones from passing through the different planes. And with a certain someone gone, it means they can get through to our plane. And, well, there's no two ways around it. Burrow's heart is called Burrow's heart because it holds a heart. And not just any heart. Fate's heart. And we've been sworn never to intervene with said heart. But there are those who would seek to. And I think you can understand that that is quite a problem.
That is a problem, Mama. I'm so sorry that the hags, including a bad Lorna and a big bad naturals, have busted through to the other plane.
Yes, it's rather a bit of a problem. Although they have not come, it's rather a nastier problem. Their mother is Baba Yaga, who is the mother of all hags, as you know. And she's the one that we're rather worried about.
Yeah, I heard I read about her. She's a real bad bitch. Okay. All right, Mama. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I took a few weeks recreational leave to sort my head out. Well, I didn't know you were getting tortured by Baba Yaga.
Well, not just yet. Don't worry just yet. It's not quite that dire, and I'm glad you're having your fun, and that is important, because what is life if you're not having fun?
Yeah, I'm kind of hanging out with a whack-a-mole machine. It's not been like, a hit a minute, but we're having a pretty good time. He has no memory.
You look over and you see Unit in the distance just zooming past on their wheels, chasing a frog that's hopping along the landscape. And Unit's just like pouncing after the frog, trying to catch it.
Maybe some memories do echo through time and space.
Mm.
The desire to crush a frog seems to be stuck well in Unit's head. Mama, thank you. I can't believe now I can just talk to you and gain your wisdom. But like any conversation with a parent when you're all grown up, it will be few and far between over the coming episodes. It's been really nice to talk to you. Thank you. I think I know what I have to do now.
And Doelene?
Yeah, Mama?
Of my 48 children, you're the one I always knew was destined for something like this, and I'm sorry. And well, I miss you.
I miss you too, Mama.
Good luck. And then
hey,
watch
Mama,
snapshot.
get over here. I'm Jimmy.
Hey, Ma!
Hey, Ma! What's
Jimmy
for
fell
dinner,
off
Ma?
the porch again.
Ma, are we having frog again for dinner?
Do you know how many times you just said heart? It was a lot.
Ma, am I destined for great things like Doelene?
No, you're not.
Okay.
Jim,
Thank you for your honesty. It's not going to give me a complex.
Mama, I fell over and I think I broke my paw. Fell.
Well, go see the infirmary or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
The watch switches to
damn.
mute.
God damn, I do not miss the burrow sometimes. Okay. Now, I just gotta do what the watchmaker says. Unit, I need your help.
1 second, Doelene Delacroix. And you hear a clang of metal with the final pounce. Look, got it. And I come wheeling back, holding this frog really tightly in one metallic hand. The big grin on my face.
That is actually perfect, Unit. Give me that carcass here.
Oh, it's not a carcass yet. Would you like it to be?
Oh, yes, please.
Sure, no worries.
Just
And
don't hurt the butt. Okay.
I snap the frog and give you the floppy carcass.
Thank you. That'll do. Okay. So I find a nearby rock and I place the carcass sort of chest down over just perky butt, frog butt up in the air.
Is this a new dice paper roll rule? Like all fish people have French accents because they live under the sea. That all frog people have perky butts.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And all Harren gonna
Yeah, they've all got a big old dump truck.
Yeah.
all Harren gonna from Alabama.
They're thick.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
unit, before
Yes.
we go,
Yes.
now, I don't like to get too deep into the timey-wimey stuff, but, if we encounter a version of ourselves when we travel back in the past, it's really important that we don't interact with them because we could cause space and time to collapse in on itself. So I think it's really important that we disguise ourselves fully before we go through any time changes.
And what if I don't want to do that?
Fuck, I hate it.
I'm just
This was so much
exercising the
easier when
possibility
you-
of my
I
free
know.
will is all.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
I know
okay to
exactly
go
what
along
you
with it for
fucking-
now. I mean, you're basically, you're the person who is driving everything right now. You seem to have all the answers, even though you do stare at that watch for very long periods of time, from time to time. Anyway, yes, I will do it.
Thank you. Thank you, unit. I really didn't realize what this free will thing would do. Okay, so what are you gonna disguise yourself as? I suspect the turning point for Walter, who we will be seeking, is gonna be in the carnival.
Okay. I mean, I don't know who you're talking about. So one moment,
Well,
and
I'm just
I
giving you a
open-
setting. I'm just giving you like a vibe for the location we're going to. So you can. Have you ever heard of a fairy floss?
Yes, I do believe I have. One moment, please, and I open up the door on the back of my torso, and you hear a bunch of rummaging around, and I from somewhere pull out a big wig that looks like a thing of cotton candy, and I stick it on the top of my head and go, "Will this do, Doelene Delacroix?"
That is perfect. No one will ever recognize you. So if anybody sees us, and I say the safe word, which is bananas, then you just make like a fairy floss machine. Okay,
Okay, sounds
You
like
got-
a good idea.
you got it, unit. Yep. Okay,
Sure.
bought in.
What if I don't want it? No, never mind. Okay.
3 fucking weeks of this. Okay, right. Okay. And I'm gonna cast disguise self to transform myself into a human woman.
Uh-huh.
But like basically Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
rabbit. Oh,
Very
yes.
inconspicuous.
Except yeah, no, that's it. That's what I would have transformed myself.
Are you doing like
into.
sparkly gown, gloves,
Yeah, the whole
the
deal.
whole
Good
shebang?
disguise, Doelene. No one will ever look twice at you.
Nobody will ever recognize me as the short, furry person that I am. Well, I'm this, and also this should, I just need to get Winston's enthusiastic consent in this transaction, and I feel like this might be the best way to do so.
You hear the
All right.
watchmaker from the mountain behind.
What great big naturals.
Okay, all right, now hold my hands, unit.
Yes.
No, my
holding your
hands. Hold my
Oh.
hands. Okay.
Forgive me, I'm not familiar entirely with the human anatomy.
That's
Holding
okay.
your hands.
Okay. Now I'm just gonna picture Walter in my mind.
You
Bunch of
recall in the vision you had in the mirror, in the mirror room, when you closed your third eye, that you could see, or when you closed your eyes, you saw through your third eye the sort of beads and threads of fate and you could see them forming into things. And when you close your eyes, you see the world in that vision, and you can see the threads, and they form in front of you. And what do you see?
I see the threads, but they're all tangled. They're all meshed, and I'm not used to just looking in this way, and so my vision sort of blurs and gains focus and blurs again. I'm not filling my heart with love. I got to picture Walter in my mind's eye, and I see the eyeglass, the monocle. I see the cane, see the tails. I see Walter. And then my vision spins around Walter down to his perky butt.
And one eye opens and you see the frog on the rock in front of you, and it lingers on the butt. And then when you close your eye, fireworks explode in your vision, and it's like the lights and threads of fate are like, it's like Disney every evening, fireworks are going off, and you can see a pathway through as it forms. And at the very end of the pathway, you can see the light of a carnival.
Your vision gets sucked closer and closer into my butt, and then it goes into the butthole, and then that opens up into the butt.
It's a good.
And I just reach out and give that cheek a good slap on the way through. Just there.
Yeah. The asshole of time.
Yeah. Nice.
That's an episode title if I ever.
It's got to be food related.
It's got to be eating ass.
Asshole of time. I'm not,
Yeah.
It stands.
Yeah, you can still eat that.
Eating out the ass of time.
Time spelt TYME. Yeah.
So you walk through this butthole. And that's where we're going to have an ad break.
Far the weirdest thing we've done in 3 weeks. Ugh.
If only I
Look,
could
it's
say
the tentacles again.
if only I could say it's the
He's
weirdest
got
thing we've
worms.
ever done. Oh God.
And that's why we'll have an ad break. Have you found yourself in an alternate reality where you're not a member of the Dice Paper Row Patreon? It must be a horrible existence. No Discord, no bonus content, no art chat. Oofa doofa. If only there was a way to jump across to the other timeline. The better timeline. Terms and conditions apply. See our website for details. Time anomalies and events involving the sleeping with one's parents are at the viewer's discretion, and Dice Paper Roll accepts no responsibility for your depraved choices. You sicko. This is awkward because the next bit involves Kevin, so...
All right, well.
Should we
just
explore? Should we explore
go on. Explore.
Time's anal
What do we
cavity
see
a
inside
little
this
further?
cavity? Yeah. Does Unit see it too?
Yeah. No, you've passed through. I think you're both on the other side. You're at the carnival.
Sorry, I've been holding on for a bit. So
No, fair.
the opportunity.
Okay. Kevin, you
Yes?
stand before fate. They look upon you. Expression for a deity such as fate is complicated, but it's possible that what you see is concern. The space is decorated in cats. Everything within the space looks as though from every angle it might be a cat. Every single part of it is a feline motif. There's no, you're sitting in a chair in what appears to be a courtroom, but it's all feline based. The chair you're sitting on is kind of like a cat's body, and the arms of the of the chair is sort of the tail is curling around, and when you look at the tiles on the floor, it's like an infinite array of cats in and out, in and out, in and out. And at the other end, at the end of the court, sits Fate. Why, hello, Kevin.
Hello. Unit says I'm not really supposed to talk to strangers. So, yep. Hi. How do you know my name?
Oh, I'm Fate. I know everyone's name.
Oh, so like, just read a lot of books or something? Or...
Well, no, I'm more sort of like all-knowing, sort of like a deity, or I'm like Fate, you know. I understand the flow of time.
Cool. That sounds good. Nice to meet you, I guess.
Good. Right.
This is a very comfy chair, but
it purrs.
it's kind of messing with my sinuses. I think I might have some. I think I might have some allergies. Do you have a Zyrtec or something?
That is most unusual, since technically you're just a figment of your own imagination, and, well, this is... Why would you include allergies? I'm gonna have to ponder on that
I just have a rich imagination.
for some time.
I'm a small boy. It's
Kind
you.
of. Currently, well, Kevin, it's a weird situation. I can see this is gonna take some explaining.
Oh, hang on.
You're
You said
neither-
I'm a figment of my own imagination.
Sort of.
Okay.
It's
So he puts his fingers to his temples and goes me 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 me, and then a Zyrtec pops into existence, and he just. Cool.
Well,
Hang on, and he goes me 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 me, and a nice milkshake appears, and he slips on it. Okay, what were you saying?
Oh, this is gonna be great. Excellent. I can see that you're getting the hang of it, and I am so happy about that, because I could not deal with you sneezing. That would be most uncomfortable. Anyway, you're in a sort of a limbo. You're not here, or really you are and you not, and hence cats. Cats are sort of dependent on whether or not you're looking at them, and they either exist or don't, and that's kind of the situation you find yourself in.
Ah, I see what you mean. It's a Schrodinger's situation.
That's right, Kevin. That's right.
Sick.
It's sort of a, you're here and you're not, and well, that has some advantages, hence the Zyrtec and the milkshake, but it has some disadvantages in that you don't exist, and that is rather a bummer for you, I would assume.
What? How could I not exist? I'm here. I'm speaking. I have this delicious milkshake.
Yes, well, you see, something happened while you were alive that sort of undid you, and that's why you're in my court, and I have to decide what to do with you. Hence the court, and it's not so much a judgment on your good or evil or anything like that. It's more just...
I didn't mean to sit on the deer.
No, it's not anything to do with that, though. I'm glad you didn't mean to do that, because that was horrible. But we do need to decide if you do or you don't exist, and there are some contingencies that may impact the outcome of whether or not you do. Do you remember what was happening when you ended up here?
We were in Bavlona's house, and we were gonna catch her, because she was being mean, and then she was being really weird and nice, and it was kind of confusing, but then I kind of got sidetracked into, like, a hallway, and then I went into a mirror, I think?
That's right. Yes. I think your father unmade you, which is an awkward situation because they also made you.
Winston!
Yes.
I fucking hate that guy sometimes, honestly.
He does fuck
Does your
up
dad
rather
suck?
a lot.
Hey!
I don't have a dad.
I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry.
I don't really... Well, I guess I just always was. And that is an awkward situation for me because I just know rather too much. And things that are and are not. And sometimes that gets confusing.
Sure. Sometimes I don't know when I fart if it's gonna be a poo or not. So I totally get it.
You'd be surprised how often that comes up.
Or out, as it was.
Anyway, so there is some other problems with your question mark of a situation. Some planes of existence may or may not exist as a result of your not existing. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if you'll remember this situation once it gets resolved, or if you'll remember it all on account of not existing. So maybe enjoy it while you can.
Zyrtek's really kicking in, and he starts to, like, scratch the chair, and the chair starts purring. It's like, this is fun. Or behind the ears? Is that what you like it? On the hinges?
Fate kind of...
I go, me, and I get like a little cat toy, and I throw it, and the chair chases after it with me on it. Whee!
It chases, and you're having a great time. And meanwhile, Fate is sort of considering things, and I guess since you're here, sort of unfazed by what's going on, they say, I suppose I should tell you some things. You know your mother.
Jabilna.
Right. That's the one. She put rather a lot of power into you, and it kind of has some consequences there. And I think when you go back, you might have to fix some things. In particular, the gate that helps certain people get from one plane to another has let some uncertain folks come through, and you'll need to help fix that. Again, I don't know if you're going to remember this, so I'm just killing time. That's funny, isn't it?
Yes. Cool, that sounds like fun. Like, I like fixing things. Like, I am an artificer. Like, I like to tinker around and make things and stuff. So, I reckon I'll be able to do that, no problem. Fate, because I can't see myself, can you just describe for me what I look like right now?
Well, description of visual things for me is difficult. I don't really think that way. I see you as a fine young boy. Young at heart, but old of body. And maybe a few years missing, here or there, but I think ultimately you will grow into something special.
Ah, thanks. I think so too.
Interesting. Do you have any questions for me?
So if you don't get to decide what happens to me, then who does?
Yes. Well, as it happens, it looks like a lot rides on Doelene.
Oh.
Yeah,
but she's like super smart. So that kind of makes sense.
I should hope so. We've been somewhat of an acquaintance to this point, and I've grown rather fond of her, so
She's
I'm sure
great.
she'll do okay. But there is some uncertainty. The person that she needs to convince is Walter.
Oh. I'm pretty sure we didn't exactly leave on good terms.
Well, something to her advantage on that front, though, is that Walter doesn't remember you or anything because he is currently 8 in a different time.
Ugh, God, ugh. Hang on, did you just say 8 years? 8 years old.
That's right.
But that's weird. Isn't he supposed to be my dad? How can he be 8? How can I even I've gone cross-eyed.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
You know
best
what I'm
not to
gonna
think
do?
about it
I'm
too
not gonna
much.
think about. Yeah, I'm not gonna think about it too much. You're not gonna think about it. He
Yeah.
picks up the cat toy and throws it, and the chair takes off again. I said, so you say that you know like the future and stuff?
Well, I know some of them, and, well, all of them. And they change from moment to moment. You throwing that, well, actually, it doesn't count here. Anything you do here doesn't count anywhere else. So
really?
actually, what you just did doesn't
It gets
affect.
like a huge burger and fries, and the calories don't matter.
That's right. Anything you do in here is meaningless. You could be here for an infinite period of time, and in fact, in a way, you will be.
What do you mean? What?
Because time doesn't flow here. So we just need to wait, as it were, for certain
But if
decisions
we're waiting,
to
doesn't that
happen.
mean that time is passing and some sort of, I'm going cross-eyed again. Sorry, I don't think you're doing it.
Yeah, don't think about it too much. Just
Is
enjoy
there-
it.
If you can see in the future, then is everyone going to be okay? Is Unit going to be okay? Doelene,
She looks sad now,
Walter, I guess.
and she says, "To be honest, Kevin, I don't know. There was meant to be a lot of fish this morning, and some of them weren't there. And you grow attached to your fish, and I don't know where they gone. So we will have to see."
Yeah, you're kind of weird. Maybe I should
You
go
wouldn't be the
catch some-
first.
Cool. I mean, I get it if you're just like, you don't know what is happening all the time, and you know some things and you know other things, and you'd probably get really scrambled or something. So I don't know. Did you have a highlight over the last week or so?
The concept of a week is not existent here.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But I did some of my fish swam in an unusually curious pattern.
crying
It
out
spelled
loud.
words.
It just goes me, and little Game Boy pops into existence. Just starts beep booping on that. Yeah, okay. I guess
Have you
I'm just gonna have to wait here for my rabbit mum to come and get me. I mean, not my mum, just Doelene. Maybe I can ask her. Doelene, can you hear me?
And with that, we'll leave you there. And Doelene, you kind of hear the echo of
Did
Kevin.
you hear that echoing down the colon of time and space? Unit?
I think I heard some kind of noise, but I couldn't say what it was.
And
Never heard that.
This cotton candy wig is getting in my ears, so kind of finding it hard to hear things properly.
And just as you're talking, a small child runs past. And they're heading towards the House of Mirrors. They run past the hammer ball thingy. MC Hammer has not built his sort of ziggurat tower yet, and and he runs in.
That one unit. That snotty-nosed little shitbag is the one we want to follow.
Who is it?
It's
Walter Winston Winklepicker III. You walk into the tent of the House of Mirrors. And though you don't know it, it's the same as before, or the same as in the future, and the same again. Oh, I've gone cross-eyed.
I walk past the mirrors and there's like one that like stretches me out to be like super tall, and then I become really squat, and then I become like really wavy and curvy. I'm like, this is lame. I thought mirrors were gonna be cool, but turns out they're mirrors. Yep. Cool, man.
As
What
you're
the-
walking
is this
through, your body is contorting, but as you look closer, you see that the figures of you shift and change, and it's as if different parts of you were displayed briefly.
Look at my
And
tongue
then-
in that one. Sorry.
No, it's all good. And then as you come to one, you see a vision, and it's your father sending you into a battle, but it's an older version of you. And you're victorious in the battle. You ride across an army, and you're calling on the battlefield, and there's great scenes of victory and bloodshed, and you see yourself come home a shellfish night, a different time, though you don't know it, and you've justly defended the realm that you come from.
Wow. I think I'm on a bit of a sugar rush. Things are getting a little... Oh, sorry. Well, I'm posh. Posh boy. Yeah. Wow, that's kind of weird. I don't understand what's happening to me.
Doelene and Unit, you're watching on. You can see these visions.
Shh. Don't, unit.
Um,
Can you
I
turn
look
down
up at
the...
you and go to open my mouth, and then decide now is not a time to exercise that free will.
Press my finger down on your face.
Hop, hop, hop,
Um,
hop, hop, hop.
Can you turn down the fairy floss machine? Get it less noisy.
Oh, yes, sure. And I turn down the whirring. And I stop dismembering the fairies, taking their wings off. So the squealing stops.
Yes, thank you. If you could stop the fairy screaming, that would be greatly helpful.
Okay. I mean, that means I'm just going to have to kill them all, but I swallow the fairies.
Walter, you stand before another mirror, and this time you
And I
step
see all that shit happen behind me because it's a fucking mirror.
No, you actually you can see that it's kind of more of a doorway, and you kind of pass through into it. And you stand in a throne room, and it's Halfhill Court. And your father is being walked down the aisle in a casket, his corpse sort of somber and austere. And then the vision shifts, and now you sit in the throne, and the crown is lowered onto your head. And you are the king of the Shellfish Kingdom.
Sick. As your new king of High Hill Court, I think that's
Half
the
Hill.
name. Half Hill
Hill.
Court. Quiet servant.
My name's Lauren.
I will be a just king, and I will follow the legacy of my father, but I will be nothing like him. I will be no tyrant, but I will rule with an iron fist. It's confusing, I know.
All hail King Walker!
Behind young boy Walter, you hear like a twitching and scraping of metal and like short circuiting. And Doelene, that for some reason that voice makes me feel an incandescent rage,
Oh,
but I don't know why, and I don't recognize it.
no, that's natural. Follow that feeling of unbridled rage burning inside you. That's how you should feel when you look at this snot-nosed little noble boy.
How does young you react to that, Walter?
Young Walter stands to the side, confused, and a tear running down his face, looking at his dad, who he still considers at this time to be, his dad, his hero. And there's an excitement there of being a warrior, of being something of importance.
The vision shifts, and now you see yourself marrying a nice...
As Walter's pondering what he's seen in the last mirror, I'd like to cast Detect Thoughts on him.
Oh. Yep.
So
There
he
was a
can't s-
little Spanish flea. Thank you.
So I just get the surface thoughts of what he's thinking. I don't want him to
Mm.
detect me, so I just want to keep it at the surface thoughts.
For sure. Do you need to roll against each other on that?
No, if I just keep it at surface, he can't detect.
Okay, cool.
I guess you hear what I just said?
Yeah. The vision shifts, and now you are marrying a fine young woman. And this is where time begins to skip forward in beats. You're marrying, you're going through miscarriages and then births, and children are coming and going. It's real medieval, so there's a lot of deaths of children.
High infant mortality rate, yes.
Not so good.
Yes.
But as time passes, you see yourself grow into a ruler. And if the measurements of being a ruler are that you rule with an iron fist and the people obey and you are surrounded by hordes of wealth, you are successful at this.
Life is good, isn't it? What's your
Yes,
name?
Daddy.
Yes. What's your name again?
Willie.
Willie.
Winston,
That-
the Winklepicker, the
Yes.
14th.
Yes, that's right, Willie. Yes, my good boy. Life is good,
I love
isn't
you,
it?
Daddy.
Yeah, quiet down with that. We're in public, if you wouldn't mind.
God, you're a shit no matter how many kids you've got. Fuck.
Wow,
I
That was your
rule.
opportunity
He's an
and
asshole,
you still
Doelene.
ruined it. Oh,
I
my
rule with an iron
my
fist. I am
Yeah.
the ruler, and you will obey me.
Yeah, he is an
But
asshole.
the cutest, most loveliest little girl with gorgeous little ringlets dying down her face. Great big green eyes. She's got the face of her mother. Walks up and tugs at your tailcoat and goes, Daddy, I
What?
love you.
Oh, yes. Good. I really want to punch a waiter.
He goes over and he punches the waiter.
You
The
truly...
little
The canapes
girl,
were cold.
The little girl goes over and also punches the waiter.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yes. That's how you have
Was
to
that
treat
right?
the servant. Yes, that's how you
Did I
treat
do
the
that
servant
right?
class.
Uh-huh.
Now-
Okay.
Now watch me. Let me put my boot on his neck. See
Ooh.
that?
Can I put my little, a tiny, adorable Mary Jane with a little pretty sock also in his neck?
Yes. Oh.
Daddy, I want
Oh.
to squeeze the life out of him, can I?
Oh God, I want to say that I just.
Too late! Squeeze!
Oh yes, good, yes. Okay, glad I didn't have to say those words. Oh, you are my little girl. You are from my seed.
That's right. And one day, I'll be queen. Daddy,
You
if
will.
I killed you, did that mean that I would be queen straight away?
Not if I kill you first. You fucking watch it.
You watch it too.
No, we ran. Gerald, could you keep an eye on the little one? Yes. Okay. Good. Yes. Right.
You truly are the shellfish king, and the
Yes.
necklace around your neck glints. Close enough is good enough.
Mm. Close.
And the visions fade, and you are back in the mirror room,
You wouldn't
having
believe
seen
it.
what life will be like.
You wouldn't believe it, Unit, but we're friends with him, and I think he looks even more miserable in those lives than it did in ours.
Well, I'm telling you right now, Doelene Delacroix, if he is anything like that in real life, I will be using my free will to not be friends with him.
Yeah.
And young Walter, looking at who he eventually becomes, there's a knot in his stomach and a fear and a realization that he should leave and run.
As you run, without purpose into another mirror.
Ow!
No, into and through another mirror, taking Doelene and Unit with you. And it's clear to you, Doelene, that this is kind of your moment.
I cast, I tip over one of the mirrors and cast levitate on it, and then I sit up on it as it floats up, and then I'll cast prestidigitation to create like a flickering rainbow aura and a soft focus around me. Walter Winston Winklepicker III, I have come to offer you a choice.
Hello?
Look deeply into my eyes, Walter.
Sorry, I was, yes, I'll look into your eyes. just grab it. Well, I can only really see one eye. There's a beautiful lock of red hair that seems to cover the other eye. And Jesus, wow. This is not kid-friendly. Wow.
This counted as a children's film in the late 80s, early 90s. Here, I pull back the hair, and as I do, it shows you that my current form doesn't have just two eyes, but a third eye sits in the center of my forehead.
Oh. Hi.
Look deeply. Look
yeah.
deeply into my third eye, Walter, and I will show you another path, another place.
Okay.
And Walter looks into the third eye.
Okay, I'm going to cast Major Image around me. And it creates an image of the four of us. It's the best image I can conjure from my memory of us being together. And it's just this brief moment around a campfire where we're all sitting together and there's no animosity, there's no feel of threat. It's just friends sitting together around a campfire. Walter's a human though, not a frog.
As you try to conjure that as a human, Walter as a human, the vision, even as you try to control it, it flickers to a frog.
As I see myself kind of flicker back and forth between human form and frog form with an amazing ass. And I see the Harrigan and the small boy Kevin and the same automaton.
Oh, it's a different one. This one's a Ferrofloss machine.
Wait, you didn't say bananas, Doelene.
Bananas. Shit, bananas.
And I go back to tearing the wings off fairies and putting them into a pot and stirring them.
See?
And
Fairy floss. Walter Winston Winklepicker III.
And seeing the vision and seeing the contented smile on Walter's face. I want to go there. Are we like? We're I've never really had friends and stuff, and are we friends?
We can be, Walter. We can be. We can be the best of friends. All you have to do is tear that ticket up.
Oh, but I've like paid like money for this.
Okay, I didn't think I was going to have to use this, and I changed the major image into a scene of Walter kissing Zybilna, and fairy hot fairy princess, and they fall onto a bed. This is what awaits you.
Sick! And you tear it up.
Yes.
Hey, mate.
And with that, Doelene, you can see the portal. You can see a way back. So you tore it up, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my work here is done. You may not see me again, but I promise I will be with you. And I back slowly towards the portal, and then I reach out and grab Unit and pull Unit back with me.
No, don't go. No. I'm gonna remember her. God.
And then out of the corner of your eye, Walter, you see a pig masked girl flitter behind a mirror, and that's where we'll leave you.
Who's that?
Kevin, you're back with Fate.
Hey.
Well,
Fate, it's been ages.
well, yes, it has been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Looking around the room, there's like piles of food
Toys.
and like
Stuff
toys.
everywhere. I have turned this into an absolute paradise of just the best day off you could possibly imagine that you could have in one room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
eaten myself sick. I'm 3 times the size as when I started being in this room.
That's technically not meant to be able to happen, but
It's good Augustus Gloop capacity.
It's been real, but Kevin, you will be pleased to know the certain things that we were hoping would happen,
Yeah?
they happened.
Oh, thank fuck. Can I offer you just one piece of advice? You have to get a hobby.
I'll
like,
take
go
that
find
on
some
notice.
rock climbing is, it's a chance to sort of get out there and meet new people and just people that aren't you that you can listen to and maybe learn what it's like to be interesting. Yeah. No offense. Not that you would take it anyway. Fuck, you are so hard to talk to.
Well, I won't say it's been always delightful, but goodbye, Kevin, and good luck.
See ya. I
And,
don't know. He dusts away. Is that all right?
Sorry, one
Can I
sec.
dust?
Yeah, hang on.
I can do it more lightly if you'd like.
No,
I'll
that was
miss
good.
you, cat chair. Can I take cat chair with me?
No,
No.
that doesn't exist. It goes to the great conflicts found within a family. The magical bonds that tie it are strong, but not unbreakable. They are written in covenants and hidden clauses. And most importantly, the thing that holds it together is love and trust. Love in spite of everything, and an ability to forgive. Break any of those and a bond is broken. Not irreparably, but it is more difficult to put back than it was to break. Bavlorna's form moves into the light. The glade glows from the cauldron at its center. The other two figures turn to face her.
Hello, sister, dearest. I have quite the gossip for your ears.
From the darkness, another figure emerges.
What gossip does you bring, sweet little daughter thing?
Bavlorna's smile widens, and the hourglass coven cackles.
Welcome back, rollers, to another dissection where we dissect the dice rolls of the game for you, for your listening pleasure. What a game, Jack. The ambiance, the sound effects, the time traveling.
I was going to say you missed out on using the canned laughter for the cackles. But...
Oh, yeah.
I'll chuck them in post.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, do it. I want to come off the top of that to say that was just an exquisite game, Jack.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You had so many balls in the air, and we were talking about this a little bit before the show about how you yourself have realized how less nervous you are. And just in the, yes, you become more relaxed of kind of being able to plan or not plan, and what if you get things wrong, you don't sweat over it so much. But the fact that you ran that game, can you imagine running a game like that, an episode like that when we first started?
No.
No, it's
Although,
just...
it must be said, I am sweating bullets.
Sure. I mean, it's hard.
It's hot tonight.
Yeah.
It's hot tonight. There's many balls in the air, but just
Yeah.
even that hourglass cover, I'm just really seeing you've reached that first level of not being nervous as a DM anymore, and then you get to the second level of being able to really pick up on that off the fly sort of description or how to lead someone somewhere and make it feel really organic. And then at the top, it's being able to do two things: being able to have incredible writing and off the topness that actually makes the whole episode feel like just the safest pair of hands, honking on the titties
big
of
old
D&D.
naturals.
On the big old naturals. I absolutely commend you on that episode in particular. You should be super duper proud.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
man. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it was.
We also, do you know what's happening now? Because you're so confident and capable, I apologize because I feel like now that's when we all start to fuck with our
Yeah.
DMs when we see them being less nervous.
Yeah, totally.
And we're like, oh, is this a little crack that I can just squeeze myself into and be a stupid silly goose for a while? So think of that as an honor.
yeah.
How
You
fun.
mean this first 20 episodes, we've all been being very serious and well behaved?
Yeah, we've kept a lid on it, I have to say, and I'm really proud of all of us.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm sorry about that. But yes, in particular, I felt very comfortable that you would be able to come and go from the scene as you are.
Yeah, it was
doing.
That was a particularly nice episode because I also felt very comfortable just letting the reins fall into Yol's hands as well, which was delightful. It was nice, like having those sorts of beats happen the way I wanted them to, and then it was also just good because I got to watch Yol perform, which was great. There was some really lovely performances in that episode, I thought, and a lot of work for you, Greg. I think you did a really wonderful job. It was good.
Thank you. I really loved that Kevin got time with Fate
Yeah.
as well. That was like this really great aside. I wonder if Kevin will remember it beyond.
We'll see.
What I also enjoyed is that he didn't really feel very connected to Fate. Like, you know, Fate and Doelene have this kind of remarkable, almost like formal.
Kevin didn't give a
sort
fuck.
of, Jedi Padawan kind of like very sort of really. And then Kevin's like, "You're fucking weird, and I don't like you, and you're not interesting." Like,
Yeah. I guess it's for an 8-year-old though to really wrap their head around that concept, you know, and a wizard, an adult wizard would, you know, they would be on top of it. So that was a really nice contrast. Maybe Kevin doesn't remember, but has a really strong desire to artifice themselves a chair of cats.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Could come out
That's
in
cool.
Little cat toys or something.
Yeah.
I was a couple of episodes of like memory discovery.
It's a chair of cats. Chair cat.
It's funny. I felt I wanted to play it, but I felt like I didn't do myself any favors by going, well, I don't remember anything, because it's hard to.
Yeah.
How do you insert yourself in the game and still kind of push it forwards? But then also it was about, well, that's not Unit's role in this episode.
But I felt like that
much
was
Doelene.
a really great offer by yourself, Ben, by having Unit in the background just chasing the frog, which then there was that like intrinsic connection to Walter about the frog that you weren't realizing at the time, but it was just that hint of it, which then allowed, you know, Doelene to then use it to then conjure the image and all those kind of things. But just that hint of like, what's Unit doing in the background, you know, then it kind of was just subtle, and that's all that it needs to be in terms of what that memory, just like those kind of little throw-tos that then kind of can eventually, you know, you don't want to necessarily be like, oh, I remember.
No.
You know, like,
Don't make it too obvious for yourself.
No.
No.
So if Unit came back in time with me and then came back through the portal again, the Unit in the current time, is that the Unit that has no memories and has free will?
Yes.
Wait, I'm going cross-eyed. What?
So from now on, the Unit in the present is the one that has no memories.
Yeah.
And has free will.
Because they do come, the memories might start coming back.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
they already have, right?
Yeah.
They're on that continuous timeline.
Yeah.
They've gone through the whole process. They haven't been unmade again and lost it. Science.
Some fun
They've got
discovery
3 weeks of
ahead.
memories right now.
Yeah.
The intro at the beginning of that episode is actually based on real science. It's
okay.
That is a thing.
The twins on the mountain.
No, not the twin. But like that if you did run that experiment, it would work that way. It would. Yeah.
Show us your research, Jack.
We
don't do science on dice paper roll.
So apparently,
Schmurderberg's cat was a highlight.
That was great.
While we're here,
That was great. Yeah.
When you said like, when I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make a meal out of Schmurderberg. You've given me the
That's
perfect
great.
Kevin word.
Yeah.
Appreciated.
Yeah.
I like that you brought the Austin Powers reference into it as well.
That was good.
Oh, that was always going to happen.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Very good.
Great work.
Well,
Very
Yeah.
good episode. Lots of good things to come. Stick with us, rollers. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to give the episode a like and a share. Give us a review. 5 stars on Apple, whatever they fucking do over there, or on your casting app that you listen to. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.